All right. Our next panelist is a realtor and one of the premier house hacking specialists in the space today. With over 150 million plus in real estate sold and over 280 landlords created and counting, she is the #1 multifamily real estate agent out of the Houston, Texas area, whose track record shows she's not new to this, she's true to this. Start making some noise right now and welcome to the stage, the always lovely Miss Nori Johnson. And now, we save of course the best for last. Our final panelist is a developer, investor, and CEO building real estate across all borders, with projects spanning right here in the beautiful city of Atlanta to international ventures in countries like Ghana and Portugal galore. This man is proof that development is not reserved for billion-dollar corporations. It's a game that our people can learn to play by having the right strategies. If you have two hands, start putting them together right now and help me welcome the one, the only, my guy, Tweet Estate.
You guys are too quiet.
Welcome everybody. I'm extremely excited to share the stage with titans in the industry, and I'm gonna just jump right into it so we can give the people the value. Welby, I want to start with you. We're in a day and age now with social media where it seems like there's a million ways to make $1 million, right? You got stock options, AI, digital marketing, consulting, yet all three of you have chose to plant your flag in one of the more tried and true industries, real estate. It doesn't seem like y'all are going anywhere. So Welby, I ask you this, why is it in 2026 that investing in real estate is still the #1 strategy and tool that everyone in this room should be considering to build wealth?
The fact of the matter is, the reason why I love real estate and I encourage everybody to invest in real estate is that everything about life is real estate. So no matter what you do, regardless if you're employed, not employed, crypto, stocks, whatever you choose, one way or another, you're gonna have to lay your bed under a roof. So one way or another, everything is gonna come back to real estate. That's why I believe heavily in real estate.
I love it, I love it. David, I want to swing it over to you because once again, I said I'm sharing the stage with real estate titans, you understand? And I think for a lot of people in the audience, they may look at you three as if y'all had some secret blueprint or some recipe that they don't have access to, and there may be a limiting belief or two that may keep people from thinking that they can have the success or more that you all have had. What's one limiting belief that you want to be able to shatter for these individuals before we get into the nitty gritty, before we get into the game, that's going to help them to create that unlock so they can jump into this space and have success?
That's a great question. I think for the first and foremost, I think everybody here deserves to give themselves a round of applause for being here, right? Come on. You guys are still tired, huh? You guys still tired? Yeah. Because I think when it comes down to it, the fact that you're here means you're serious about your personal development, you're serious about your economic development, and you're serious about your growth. And now that I've given you your flowers, I gotta take those flowers back. Because how many people by show of hands were here at InvestFest last year? Okay, keep those hands up, don't be shy. And just being honest, how many of you guys implemented everything you learned last year at InvestFest? A lot of hands went down. And that's the sad reality. That's the sad reality. I think analysis paralysis is something that plagues a lot of us, right? And I don't mean to get really churchy on you. I know I'm dressed like a pastor from the 70s, but I'll say this one thing. The Bible says, so as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, right? And if you think about that, that is not, it's not theoretical, that's mechanical. In the sense that there's a direct correlation between how you think and what your life ends up being like. Direct correlation, right? Your thoughts, they form an identity. Your identity, it then forms your behaviors. Your behaviors, they lead to your outcome. So it's direct correlation. And I think, secondly on that point, Marvin, I grew up in an immigrant family. So how many of you guys are from immigrant families, or let's say you grew up in some sort of unfortunate economic situation, poverty, et cetera, et cetera. And that's one thing, right? So we're passed down, unfortunately, a scarcity mindset, right? My mom's scared of everything. When she sees a bill, she starts panicking, right? And that's just how they are, right? Like, my mom, I'll scare her in the house, right? One day, I remember I was young, And, you know, I was just going to the bathroom, and she'd be like, oh, Dave, who's that? And I'm like, Mom, it's me, right? And she'd be like, oh, you gotta be careful. I'm like, of what? Like, it's myself. So, unfortunately, we were passed down so much trauma and so much scarcity mindset. And then when you get to your 30s, when you get to your 30s and your 40s, that scarcity stops becoming a protection. It starts to become a prison. And we're stuck there. And the last thing I think that people misunderstand is nobody told you this was supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be hard, right? If this was easy, there'd be 1,000 chairs on the stage right now, right? For everybody to sit and tell their story, but it's not easy, right? It's like going to the gym and putting in reps. You go to the gym and you put your body through so much strain, so much stress, intentionally in hopes of building strength, in hopes of growth. So I think we gotta embrace every single challenge that we're thrown with that same mentality that this thing is building character in me. And then once you sprinkle some God, some faith in that equation, the possibilities are endless.
I love it.
I do have to ask a question though. I apologize. Who's sick and tired of just being motivated? Somebody motivating. Who's sick and tired of just being motivated and you just want to get the information so that you can do the same thing that we all three are doing up here? We can come up here, talk our shit, talk about how much money we got, how many cars we got. Sounds wonderful, right? Then you walk out of here and say, I heard what he said, I heard what she said, but how do I do it? So the point that I want to stress what my brother's saying is that we can keep coming to these events. It's wonderful, but if you're not going to actually take it and apply it, you wasted your money.
I love it.
I can add to that too, because last year I was here in the audience and I said, you know what? I'm going to be on a panel next year. And look at me. I manifested, I put it on my board, and I said, I'm going to be on a panel. I'm going to be speaking next year. But I was here and I stayed here last year and I went to every single stage that I can go to and I heard everybody's voice and I said, yeah, I'll be back next year.
I love it. I love it. Make some noise for that one time, y'all. Make some noise for that. Let's dive right into the nitty-gritty. I want to start off first and talk acquisition, and Nora, we'll actually keep it on you. Obviously, you specialize in helping individuals get started in real estate through a strategy called house hacking, right? There may be some people in the audience right now who have properties that don't even know it can be leveraged in that way, and other people who are thinking about buying their first property who still aren't familiar with that. So if we had to break it down to the bare bones, can you help the audience understand what exactly house hacking is and what are some steps they can take to get started using that method to get started in real estate?
I would say the biggest thing is just finding a good team. You have to have a great team to get started because everybody thinks you have to have a bunch of money to get started. You can literally buy your first investment property with $0. But you wouldn't know that until you find the right team. You gotta find the right realtor. The realtor is gonna connect you to the lender that's gonna make it happen. And you just gotta go with the flow.
I love that. I love that. David, I'll actually swing it over to you as well because I know, of course, with you, you're in the development space. So obviously with you, acquisition is a very important thing. I believe you actually have a framework when it comes to individuals that may be looking to get started in real estate beyond just property. Could you talk a little bit about what that framework is and how individuals can use it to also get started in the real estate space?
Sure. So obviously in the interest of time, we're gonna have to kind of speed through things, but I'll show you guys something quickly so we can get into the nitty-gritty, right? Let's start learning a little bit, right? You guys see something on the screen?
Nope.
No? Don't blame me.
Yep.
Yes? They say yes. Oh, it's on the side. We good? Y'all see
There
it?
it is. Yeah, I'm like, it's right there, but it's right there.
All right, cool. So I got this framework, and it's very, very simple. And for those people that are interested in development, how many people here are interested in development?
Make some noise, make some noise.
All right.
There you go.
All right, so my people are here. All right, let me get comfortable. All right, so I got this framework, okay? It's called BASE, and it stands for buying aggressively strategic every single time. So when it comes to the current state of our market right now, right? There's no secret about it. Real estate's in a weird space. It depends on state to state. So what you gotta understand now is sellers are in a position where they need to negotiate. Negotiations are not even optional anymore, right? And if you're approaching an opportunity thinking that this is the last opportunity you're gonna get, and I gotta get it, and I need this, and you gotta make it happen, I guarantee you're gonna lose money. You gotta have that discernment. You gotta have that discernment to say, okay, I'm giving this person X because my frameworks and my numbers say I can only pay X, and no matter what, if they don't take it, I gotta walk away from it, right? And you gotta be okay walking away from things, right? I've been in this industry for a long time, and I've lost money because I let emotions drive me and dictate my decisions. And the reality is, if you let emotions do that, you're gonna lose a lot of money. I've lost a lot of bread. I've made some bread, but I've lost a lot of bread. So that's something very simple, just buying aggressively and strategic every single time, right? Like, what is next to this parcel? Is this parcel in an expansion area? Is this parcel next to transit? Is this going to yield exactly what I need it to yield, right? Like, all these little factors matter, and you can't skim over these things. Because when you talk about development, you're talking about large sums of money, right? So you don't want to waste money, energy, and time chasing something that's not meant for you. Next thing, 50%. So this is my personal framework, right? You can pay whatever you want to pay for land, for projects, that's on you. But I suggest, if you're looking at single-family development deals, you want to keep the threshold below 15%, your acquisition below 15%. So when it comes to, let's say, I'll give you a quick example, there's an example on there, right? So if, let's say, you're looking at a property and it has the potential to have a $1.5 million ARV. You guys with me so far? All right, so let's say you're looking at a property that has the potential to be a $1.5 million ARV. You can't afford to pay more than 15% of that ARV for that piece of property. So that equates to $225,000. You can't afford to pay more than that. Yes, they might be listed at $499, they might be listed at $599, but they're crazy because we know what our limits are and we stick with them. And it's a sliding scale, of course, right? If you're looking at something that's gonna be $3 million, then you can adjust accordingly, right? But just try to stick to certain frameworks when you're acquiring things, because in this industry, you make money on the buy. I need you guys to say this with me. You make money on the, it's so important, because once you commit to something, you're stuck with that parcel. You're stuck because if you feel stuck, trying to pass it on to somebody else to continue the project, it's probably not gonna happen. So you make money on the buy, it's very important.
I love that. Yeah, and obviously now, you can clap it up for that, you can clap it up for that. Obviously right now, we're starting to get into, the numbers, which is everything in the real estate space, and I want to pass it over to Welby. I get nervous when Welby gets quiet for too long, so I gotta pass it over to you. Welby, it's interesting because, me and you have sat down before, and if I'm not mistaken, everyone, of course, when we're talking real estate and getting into the numbers of it all, I've heard you talk about, there's a lot of propaganda in the marketplace right now around interest rates. Everybody's talking about it's a buyer's market, it's a seller's market, don't buy now, wait to buy real estate. I've heard you say you don't care when it comes to interest rates because you won't find a way to find gold in the marketplace anyways. Could you talk a little bit more about that and helping to dispel any concerns people have about waiting for the perfect time to go ahead and start buying real estate?
The best time to buy real estate was yesterday. The next best time to buy real estate is now. So you guys have been duped. You guys have been lied to. How you been lied to? You guys caught up with the 3%, 4% interest rates, right? Many people in this room that got that 2%, 3%, 4% interest rate, you don't realize that by default you stuck. Because of your 3%, 4% interest rate, you're too scared to make a move because you're like, if I touch this interest rate, my mortgage is gonna go up and I'm not gonna be able to afford it. So to go back to what this brother just did, your number one problem was you overpaid. You make your money on the buy. Me, I don't care about development, I don't care about multifamily, I don't care about single family, I care about the numbers. That's the number one thing. When you guys understand how to follow the numbers, you don't give a damn what the interest rates are. So for me as an investor, it kind of makes me excited that so many people are sitting on the sidelines terrified about the interest rates because it makes it more better for me. The more people that want to sit on the sidelines is more better for me. The majority of the people ain't gonna do nothing. The majority of the people ain't gonna buy no real estate. The majority of the people are gonna find an excuse. The majority of the people are gonna blame other people. When you do that, you make it better for me. So what I want y'all to do, right, is to separate yourself from the people that love to talk it and the people that are gonna do it. The majority of people are gonna claim that they want that move, but they're not. That's your call to make that move now. So what's going on right now in this industry in 2026? Now you got the new narrative telling you that real estate ain't no good. That's even better for me. That's even better for me. So I want more people to believe that real estate ain't no good, because guess what? You either gonna own or you're gonna rent. So choose your poison. If you don't wanna own, you can rent from me. I got no problem with that. I do wanna make something clear, right? I'm sure you guys are watching my face while I'm up here. I'm scrunching my face. My lady teases me about that all the time. If you pay attention to my face, it says it all. I've been in the game since 2003. I got wiped out 3 times to 0. The same rhetoric that they were talking about in 2003 is the same rhetoric they're talking to you guys now in 2026. You letting them finesse you out your position, and you don't even realize it. So now yesterday, and I'm gonna be done with this. Yesterday, I walked out, and I really appreciate all the people that follow me and watch and tap into my information, but y'all don't listen. So as I'm walking out the door, I get stopped and I'm getting inundated by people asking me questions. And a whole bunch of people that look just like me. You guys think that the issue is the money. You guys think that the issue is you need more money. The issue ain't the money, the issue is you. As I'm speaking to these people that say that they broke, each one of the individuals was indebted on a dud-ass property, excuse my language, at over $1 million each. That's over $3-4 million of garbage debt for a bunch of people that said that they couldn't do it. If they would have listened to me, they would have been walking millionaires today on the same property. So we don't care about interest rates, we only care about the deal. So the higher the interest rate goes, if you understand to play the game, the better it is for you.
Powerful, 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 powerful. Nori, I want to swing it back over to you, because once again, you work with investors, developers, and other realtors galore. For people who are here, they see, numbers like what Twee was talking about, 1.5 million. Still, for some people, the idea of acquiring real estate may seem so far, because it's like, you talk about 1.5. I got $1.50 in my pocket right now. I can't do that, right? Could you talk to us a little bit about some of the different financing programs that individuals, or financing options that exist for individuals who want to go out and start securing more real estate?
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of people think that you need 20% down. 20% down is looking like coming with 100+ K. You don't. You can buy an investment property with an FHA loan. And the way my team and I'm giving y'all gems. The way my team and I do it, we stack it. So you get an FHA loan, your down payment is 3.5%. But guess what? We're gonna apply a DPA program, which is a down payment assistance program. And then we're gonna accept the LMI program, which is low to moderate income. Those have zip codes. All of that is gonna bring your down payment to 0. And then you got me as your realtor, and I'm gonna negotiate your closing costs. So by the time we get done, you're probably walking away with the check to pay your first mortgage. And then with veterans, I love veterans. They have no down payment, no PMI, and no taxes. One thing in Texas you have to understand, we have taxes. So if you say we don't have taxes, oh my gosh, you're gonna win. So with that being said, I negotiate their closing costs and they walk away with a check. It's very achievable. Like I said, you just have to have the right team, the right negotiator, and it's gonna work out.
I love that. I love that.
Can I talk on that?
Yeah, of course.
You mind?
Yeah, go ahead. It's your show. It's your show. Go ahead.
I mean this with the utmost respect. I don't do none of that shit.
You just got a bunch of money, that's all.
Let me explain to you what I mean, if I may. One of the things that grinds my gears, especially in our community, and if you look at the seat of people we talking about, you know who I'm talking about. I hate the fact that we encourage and we drive this low down payment to no down payment in our community. I hate when I'm saying this with the utmost respect. We don't realize how far we push ourselves back when we come with that mindset. Because I guarantee you, the majority of the people I'm gonna meet and I'm gonna talk to, especially you brothers out here, you driving your damn down payment.
That's so true.
But your flex is, let me show you my $100,000 car, and the most important investment in your life, you put the least amount of money down. Makes no sense to me. Now let me tell you something. I just gotta ask a serious question. And everybody here is an investor, right? Yo, listen, we gotta say this with our chests, for real. Everybody here is an investor, right? So check this out, what y'all better do, y'all better start acting like it. Because us investors don't move like that. Let me explain to you what I mean. You think that putting the lowest money down was a flex, but you already fucked up on the buy. Are you not understanding that? So the same down payment money that you wanted to put down, I will put the same amount of money you did, and I'm gonna buy me a property that's gonna get me lit. So you think the problem is the money. It ain't the money. It's the way you're using the money. So I would encourage us all in here, please. Use the tools. FHA is a tool. VA is a tool. NAC is a tool. The low down payment's a tool. All that is a tool, but it should not be the only way. Because when you're using it the way you're using it, you're setting yourself so far back and you don't realize it. Because you guys think that the game is appreciation, and it's not. Appreciation is the icing on the cake. Though most of you are already at the top of the market. The game is over for you now. So where you gonna make your money at? So you're gonna take your job and you're gonna work for the next 20, 30 years, BSing and complaining at the water cooler how that property is killing you. You gotta make the property work for you. So with the same amount of money that you all have access to, if you listen to the sister, listen to this brother, we show you how to do it differently.
I love it.
One thing I want to add on to that quickly as well. You made a lot of good points, and I think the issue that plagues a lot of us too is like we're expecting that appreciation, and the reality is a lot of properties are not going to appreciate. So the reason why I love development so much is because you're manufacturing your appreciation. Every time you take a raw piece of land and you bring it through the process, you add something to it, you increase the value on it, right? So taking something from literally nothing and making it into a structure, into a development, into a community, you have made your equity. And now you don't have to wait for the market to give you equity, you've manufactured it. So
You can do that with every property.